My YouTube channel is Andrew Schrock, and it focuses on me. It heavily focuses on skateboarding, but everything in my life that I think is entertaining is there on the channel. Funny fact, when it comes to business in my YouTube channel, I had no desire to start a business. I started getting comments saying, hey, you should make shirts. Hey, you should make skateboards. I wasn't against starting a business, I just didn't really have the honest desire, but I wanted to give my audience what they wanted. So when I started to see it being more and more of a potential thing that could create revenue, could get me somewhere that I wanted to be in life, that's when I reached out to Brian Ames and I was like, Brian, I need someone to run this with me.
We started the business when we were in Andy's mom's basement. I grew up with the kid, he's my best friend, and we were able to move out of the basement. We moved into our first warehouse, and it was a very small warehouse, and we only lasted in that warehouse for maybe 8 months before we moved into a space that was 4 times the size of it. It was at that point I realized that this could have actually be a thing.
Early on, we were called Revenge Skateboards, but we had a hiccup in the name. The people who had a trademark for Revenge said, no, we want money, and we were like, well, we'll just rebrand. So we had to just cease everything and rebrand and come back as Revive. And we didn't know how it was gonna go. So we hyped it up as much as we can, we made it dramatic, and then when we came back, it was wildfire.
I think that when we did make that transition from Revenge to Revive, it felt way more real because I had full emotional investment in it at that point, where I was there for the birth of a brand new company.
When I was coming up with the branding of Revive, I wanted simple and bold, okay? Revive, it's easy to say, it's easy to remember.
The word Revive is very positive. There's no questions on the spelling of Revive.
I've been wearing red shirts for 20 plus years. That's weird, I know, only my wife knows why, there is a reason.
And the red graphics are very indicative of his style and the vibe that he puts on his channel, and so it translates very nicely over to the YouTube space.
Revive Skateboards is essentially me in the skateboard version. It just made sense, and sure enough, the red decks, they sell better. So when we make videos, we have to keep up the same energy that you would see in the company and the themes with the branding.
To this day, Andy edits 95% of his videos. The brand that he kind of has is the way that he edits.
I wanted to be exciting part, cut, get to the next exciting part, cut, and keep that machine going. And you make the branding the same way, the same vibe, the same feeling.
The content drives the brand, and the brand drives the content. It's this back and forth relationship. They work off of each other. It's very natural.
The biggest thing about our brand that helps the success of the company is that we let people in. When you watch our videos, you feel like you're there hanging out with us. And in response is gonna, of course, make them want to support the brand.
People started identifying with the people that were behind the brand, and once they started identifying with them, became emotionally invested in their lives, and they kind of wanted to come along for the journey with us. And we showed them from the beginning of a skateboard company with Revenge, through the name change.
They want to see you get out of the basement, and then move into a bigger warehouse, and then build your own skate park. And when they see that journey, and they've supported that along the way, it's almost as if they feel like they're a part of it, and it makes you want to come back for more. So if someone were starting out, seeing a potential business from YouTube, I would say do your homework, ask questions, and don't give up.
Andy and I joke all the time that we're not very talented skateboarders, but we're very stubborn skateboarders. You could try a trick 5 times and give up, or you could try 5,000 times. Eventually you're going to do it if you're stubborn enough.
You have to keep fighting for your business, for your brand, for you.